Football gets started.
And men's golf starts strong.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Hello guys, welcome into the Penguin Rundown. It is our very first episode of the new season, and Bryce, there have been a lot of sports that's kicked off over the past couple of weeks.
Absolutely, Andrew. You talk about sports kicking off. We just witnessed YSU's dominant victory on the football field, and golf's been kicking off as well. It's a great weekend to be a Penguin.
And starting kicking off, that's when I'm going to get started with football.
Absolutely.
The Penguins started their 2023-24 season with the big win over Valparaiso last Thursday, beating them 52 to 10. The Gwins scored in their first quarter when senior Tyshawn King ran for 62 yards to the end zone. King ran 11 times for 111 yards and a pair of touchdowns to lead the Penguins on the ground. In the third quarter, Youngstown State scored 28 points while holding Valparaiso to 0. The third quarter surge tied the record for the most points scored in a quarter. The offense got off to a fast start when sophomore Michael Voitis blocked the Valpo punt, then sophomore Jalen Castleberry was able to scoop and score. Mitch Davison, the senior quarterback, scored a touchdown both in the air and on the ground. He completed 11 of 19 passes for a total of 130 yards. Senior wide receiver Bryce Oliver caught 5 passes for 65 yards and a touchdown. C.J. Charleston, a junior, caught 4 passes for 47 yards and a touchdown. Alex Howard, a junior linebacker, did a lot of the work defensively as he made 9 stops, 3 of which were for losses. Charleston talked to the media after the game about playing in his first game back from injury.
Man, it was a blessing. When I scored today, I almost shed tears. Man, there were times last year I didn't think I was gonna be able to play football again. My mind, I was messed up mentally, and today it just brought that happiness back. And I'm grateful to be out there with my guys.
On September 9th, the Penguins will play Ohio State at Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. On the Big Ten Network, the game against Ohio State will start at noon.
Over 2 weeks, the Youngstown State University women's soccer team has been busy with 6 games played. The Penguins started off its season opener with a win for the first time since 2019 on August 17th, beating St. Francis 3-1. The Penguins went on to win 2 more games, beating Akron 1-0 August 20th and Duquesne 2-1 August 24th. The Penguins returned home to Farmers National Bank Field August 27th to take on Canisius. Despite a strong start, the Penguins were unable to keep the Golden Griffins from scoring with 8 minutes left in the game, resulting in a 1-0 loss and the Penguins' first loss. Youngstown State then headed to the nation's capital August 31st, which resulted in a 1-1 draw. The Penguins began its 2-game homestand against Indiana State, which resulted in a 2-0 win. The women's soccer team sits at a 4-1-1 record and will conclude its non-conference schedule September 8th against Valparaiso at Farmers National Bank Field at 7 p.m. and will be streamed live on ESPN+.
The YSU volleyball team started their 2023 campaign hosting the Doubletree by Hilton Youngstown Invitational going 1-2. Last weekend, the Penguins traveled to the Toledo Classic going 2-1 on the weekend. On August 31st, the Gwins started the Classic against Toledo Rockets, taking the match 3-1. Junior Jasmine Verga led the Penguins with 20 kills in the match. The following day against the University of Memphis, YSU went to 5 sets but ultimately took the match. Senior Isadora Sizik recorded all 3 of the Penguins' aces in the match. On the last day of the tournament, YSU took its first loss against Virginia Tech, being swept in 3 sets. Before the weekend, graduate student setter Josie Bourne talked about what it'll be like playing with the young team this season.
I think it's always fun to have a lot of newcomers in that bring like some different roles to the team, and I think it'll just be good for them overall to kind of learn our system and just give us some like new areas of playing, and I think it'll be fun to continue working with them throughout the season.
The Penguins wrap up conference play this weekend with more matches at the Owls Paradise Classic hosted by Florida Atlantic University. First match is Friday morning at 10 a.m. against Bethune-Cookman.
This past weekend, the men's golf team opened their 2023-24 campaign on the road, where they competed in the Red Bandana Invitational hosted by Boston College, where the team finished in 9th place overall. Redshirt senior Dean Alstalash was the highest finishing Penguin golfer by tying for 36th place with a 3-round score of 233. In his first collegiate event, true freshman Jake Ryan finished tied for 41st with a 3-round total of 235. Junior Jacob Silek finished tied for 50th with a 3-round 237, while sophomore Ryan Sam tied for 54th with a score of 239. And in his first tournament as a YSU Penguin, senior transfer Justin Atkinson tied for 58th place with a 3-round score of 240.
Even if you're not having a good day or you don't think you're really in it, the other guys might be, and you got to just find a way to put it all in the past and just get going. So
the Gwins will continue their fall season on Monday and Tuesday, where they will compete in the Joe Fee Gaines Marshall Invitational at the Guyan Golf and Country Club in Huntington, West Virginia. For news and updates throughout the fall season, follow at YSU Men's Golf on X and Instagram.
The YSU women's golf team had a rocking start to the season as they hosted the YSU kickoff this past Saturday from Mill Creek Golf Course in Boardman. They would pick up a single round score of 287 to get 1 under par, which is tied for the 3rd lowest in program history. The score bested second place Northern Kentucky by 26 strokes. A total of 7 Penguins placed in the top 11, leading them was 5th-year senior Danae Regula, finishing in first place with a score of 68. She would finish 4 under par, as this was her 3rd medalist achievement in her career. Following Regulo, in second place was senior Maddie Smithco with the even par of 72. The Gwins will be back on the course this weekend as they will travel to the Penn State Nittany Lion Invitational in University Park, Pennsylvania on Saturday and Sunday. For more updates on that match, go to ysusports.com. And with that being said, we are going to send it over to our very own Caleb Ellison with this week's Play of the Week. Caleb?
Thanks, guys. Caleb Ellison here for this week's Penguin Play of the Week, and it's going to be junior wide receiver C.J. Charleston from the football team. Now, last Thursday was a big game for the team, but it was also a big game for Charleston. Playing in his first game after missing all of last season due to injury, he catches the toss from Mitch Davidson and spins into the end zone for a touchdown. Getting another look at it here, play action, toss to the left, and right at the goal line hits that spin move and scores the 6 points for the Penguins. Charleston, you heard it earlier, he was very emotional during that touchdown, scoring in his first game back. It is great to have him back on the field. Good luck on the rest of his season. Good luck to the rest of the football team. Andrew and Bryce, back to you guys.
Thanks, Caleb, and that'll be all the time we have here on this new episode of Penguin Rundown. You can, for live news, stats, scores, and more, you can follow us on ysusports.com, and you can follow us on each of our social medias here below at Penguin Rundown 1 on X and Instagram. And I've been Bryce Noel.
I've been the one, the only Andrew Peterson.
And as always, see you next week, Penguin Nation.